The biggest mistake we can do is to repot the plants as soon as we bring them home from the nursery. Hello everybody, welcome back to Green Cover Initiative, introducing you to the beautiful world of plants and trees around you. Nobody becomes a gardener till they have killed a couple of plants, or maybe a couple of 100 plants. We all know that, and I've done my share of killing. But it's so heartbreaking to see those beautiful plants that you bring from the nursery die in a week or two. So today, let me share with you some of those things that I have learned over time about how not to kill the plants that you bring home from the nursery. You must have seen plants in the nurseries. They're always in bloom, sometimes with more flowers than leaves, like this beautiful zinnia that you see here. How do they do that? And why does it never flower like that in our homes? Of course, they take better care of their plants because it's their bread and butter, but they also load it with fertilizers and hormones so that they're forced to bloom in their infancy. When you bring home a plant from the nursery, it goes through three kinds of shock. One is the sunlight because of the change in the location. Two is the water, the difference in the water that you give the plant. And three is in the nutrients because it does not get as much nutrition as it used to get. And in addition to that, the biggest mistake that we do is to repot the plants as soon as we bring them home from the nursery. Please don't do that. We're adding one more shock to the plant that's already stressed, which is a change in the soil. So here is my theory. Whatever the type of plant, a flowering plant, a leafy plant, plant that loves the sun, a plant that loves the shade, keep it in semi-shade for a day or two. Let it get used to your water and the watering schedule. After 2 to 3 days, move it to a location where you would eventually want to keep the plant. Remember to keep the flowering plants in the sun and the plants that love the shade away from the sunlight. Once again, do not repot. Let the plant stay in its original soil and get used to the sunlight, the wind, the weather, the water. And once the plant shows signs of adapting to the new place, how? By putting out new growth and new flowers. Now you can think about repotting, and I'm talking about 3 to 4 weeks. Move it into a pot that is slightly bigger than the current pot and lower it into the soil without disturbing the roots too much. Fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks for fast growing plants and prolific flowerers, and go easy on the succulents and the slow growers. This can cut down your plant murder by at least 50%. And I'm speaking from experience. Hope you have a wonderful time growing plants. Happy gardening to you.